Thank you, Matt. Well, how would you like to get your fussy newborn to sleep in less than 60 seconds? Yes, I said 60 seconds. A pediatrician known as the Magician of Silence says it is possible, and he's come all the way from Australia to our studio this morning to share his secret. I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Harry Zehnwirth, creator of Sounds for Silence, to our studio this morning. Dr. Zehnwirth, good morning.
Thank you.
I wish I could tell you there was a prize under your seat for traveling the furthest to our studio, but we're pleased to have you. Thank you for coming all this way.
It's a pleasure coming.
Well, tell us a little bit about your product, Sounds for Silence. You're a father and a pediatrician.
That's right.
How did this come to be? First of all, what are some of the problems that new parents often face with all this experience?
Yes, I've been a pediatrician for over 25 years, and one of the most common and distressing problems parents face is the crying baby, especially in those first 4 months. Yeah. And the crying baby causes sleep deprivation, exhaustion, and sometimes postnatal depression. And so I've studied these babies and their parents for a long, long time and have wanted to find solutions, strategies to help them. Yeah. To help them lead good lives, to make parenting easier, to settle babies and to settle parents, to cause instant relief for babies and therefore instant relief for parents.
And what made you think, Dr. Zehnwirth, okay, I got to do something, I got to do it myself? Was there a lot available on the market to help these moms and dads?
Not really. Yeah. There are some tools that have been established for a while, some controversial, such as swaddling and movement and pacifiers and massage, but many babies still are irritable and go through periods of inconsolable crying despite all those measures. So I was looking for another sensory input that would remind babies of the womb experience, and I think it is a lot about the womb experience. Babies basically go through the fourth trimester in those first 3 months, and so they like to feel that they're back in there. And so they need to be swaddled and they need to be moved, but also they need to hear the sort of sounds that they're accustomed to, and that's how we looked at devising Sounds for Silence. So a group of parents actually asked me to create something like this because I'd advised them on so many occasions to use a variety of sounds to settle their babies, and it worked. Right. So I had this sort of pressure on me. I'm a busy pediatrician.
Yeah, in your spare time, you're developing this. And what is it? This is the program here, what you get with it. And it's more than just sounds. There's also some advice for parents in there, right?
That's right. I think that the sounds alone, and they're a unique combination of sounds that have been developed in studio. Some are household common sounds, some are fetal heart, maternal heart, placental flow. They're combined.
Some, ready to roll. We can show our viewers some examples. I think we have the audio.
Right.
We'll wait for it. Oh, here's it working here.
Less than appealing for parents, but it's music to the ears for babies.
So this sound is similar to what a baby would hear inside the womb, right?
We believe so.
Great. So there's several different tracks of sounds like the one we're hearing now.
You notice that baby's just settling after crying.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And we'll talk a little bit more about how it works coming up.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 babies we have found through prospective studies settle. 1 out of 2 of them under 1 minute. So it's pretty impressive sort of stuff.
That is music to a mother or father's ears, I'm sure.
Right.
And what was involved in putting it together, Dr. Zehnwirth? How difficult was it to figure out exactly what would work?
That's right. We did quite a lot of work with audio engineers, audiologists, and we multi-layered the sounds. We needed to do various things to the sounds to make them more like womb sounds. For instance, outside sound travels through a fluid-filled medium around the baby, unborn baby, through the amniotic fluid. That sound becomes low frequency. So all our sounds have been brought down to a low frequency, less than 500 megahertz. And so every sound here is less than 500 megahertz, which babies are very familiar with. The next thing is that babies are accustomed to continuous sound without gaps, without rests. If they have rests, they're not as good. So lullabies don't work as well. Even classical music doesn't work as well because classical music has rests, it has gaps. Babies abhor gaps. because they're not used to that. It's always noisy. So we have continuous sounds. Baby takes to, say, track 1, then the parent can just put on track 1 as a repeat.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, very interesting. And coming up, we'll explain just how this works. We'll even put it to the test live. That's right, we have a baby waiting in the wings to try it out. That's coming up in just a few minutes. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. Well, we are back with Dr. Harry Zehnwirth, the creator of Sounds for Silence and also a pediatrician. We have another guest who really she's excited, not so excited about being on TV, but hopefully we can demonstrate how this program works. This is Sophia and her mom, Stephanie, from Easton. Sophia, a fussy baby, Stephanie?
Oh, yes.
Is this a common occurrence?
Yes.
Okay, so Dr. Zehnwirth, do your magic, Magician of Silence.
Well,
what are we going to do here?
We'll put on Sounds for Silence. Anyway, there's an example.
Wow.
It just keeps going like this. It's
my goodness.
It's magic, I told you.
I was a little nervous when you said you wanted to test this live. I said, are you sure? Turn it back up, turn it back up. Let's do some more. Oh my goodness, amazing. Now, why is that working so well, Dr. Zehnwirth? Well, what's behind
this is a unique combination of sounds mastered in studio that initially distract Sophia. She was distracted from a crying cycle, then engaged, and then is soothed by it. And then if she was tired, she'd go off to sleep. If she's not tired, she'd stay awake. I don't know whether she's tired at the moment.
Hungry.
Put it on and she falls right asleep.
So you have it already, Stephanie? And what is it like for you?
It's
as a mom?
Great. It's great. It really works.
Wow.
Every time she cries, we put it on and it soothes her.
Amazing. And this quick soothing that we just saw with Sophia, is this normal?
Yeah, about 5 out of 10 babies will settle and soothe with Sounds for Silence. Sounds for silence, not sounds of silence.
Right.
Sounds for silence within 1 minute. She did it within 10 seconds. That's not unusual.
Wow. Well, Stephanie, if you want to take Sophia and feed her, she was such a great model. I'm going to talk to Dr. Zehnwirth for just a few more minutes. Thank you so much. She was fabulous. And Dr. Zehnwirth, where can moms and dads get this after they just saw it working so well?
Yes, hop online on soundsforsilence.com and they can be directed from there. It's available in Australia. It's available on Amazon.com, etc.
Talk to us a little bit about the response you've seen. Like you just mentioned, all over the world, moms and dads are using this. Has everyone been pleased with it? Almost without exception, delighted.
Where you do receive comments such as, wished we knew about this with our last baby. You're a magician. Which I am, but that's another story.
Yeah, well, we just saw you work your magic, but I know you do magic in your doctor's office
in my practice,
well. Wow.
I do magic with older children. I'll be doing it with Ethan, who's Sophia's older brother later.
Great.
So magic, lifesaver, thanks, you know, where were you before, etc. Wow. And it's a simple tool, and it works. It's harmless.
Yeah.
And it's something that just allows parents to live easier lives in those first few months. Life can be very joyous and loving and beautiful as a new parent, but can also be weighed down by sleeplessness and deprivation and exhaustion and frustration. And all I want to do, and I've always wanted to do as a paediatrician, is make life a bit easier.
Yeah, I was going to say, just lastly, what's it been like for you to see this problem for so many years, see parents say, Dr. Zehnwirth, help me, and finally be able to come up with a solution?
It's a pleasure, not for me, my ego, but to know that parents are finding life a little bit easier, and it's nice. It's a good feeling.
Well, thanks for coming all the way from Australia, and thanks for demonstrating. It was so cool to see it live, so thanks so much for that. And come back, will you, and we'll talk some magic.
I'd love to, anytime.
Next time you're in the Allentown area. Thanks, Dr. Zehnwirth, and stay with us. We'll be right back.